So hello everyone, my name is Martin. Welcome to the channel. So today I'm gonna kind of discuss my kind of torn thoughts on to keep or to sell this bike. Um, I've got quite a few kilometers on it, over almost 5,000 kilometers. It's like at 48 or 4,900 kilometers. I've had a lot of fun on this bike, um, but I'm kind of torn whether or not I should keep it or sell it. Um, I've been pondering this. I actually did list it for sale and then deleted the ad and then listed it for sale again. But I think my thoughts on why I'm thinking about selling it is really a couple reasons. And that is, the first one is I do have, um, two other bikes, and insuring three bikes is kind of getting a little bit expensive. We're kind of approaching that, I'm kind of looking at all the insurance I'm paying between, house and my daily driver. And then I also have some classic cars that I have insured. So it's kind of getting up there, and it's getting expensive to keep insuring all these bikes. So I'm thinking, maybe I should downsize, get rid of one bike, uh, and see, how that is. But the thing is when I don't ride this bike for a while, I start thinking about selling it, and then the minute I take it for a ride, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, this thing isn't really a lot of fun. uh, the second reason I'm thinking about selling it is because I do have a friend that I thought for sure would buy one of these, and I think that's what would really make this bike a lot of fun, is having a friend to ride them with. Because if I go riding with them on larger bikes, I'm kind of really outclassed, and it would be no fun to be riding with them. But having a couple of these, or a group of them riding around, uh, that would really be fun. Just being out, being a hooligan everywhere you go, that would kind of be really fun. So that's the couple of reasons that I'm thinking about selling this bike. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm really torn. So the other thing I got to consider is also, I've done a couple of mods to this bike. So I put heated grips on the bike, and I put a little rack and a bag, like a side pannier rack, just to take a couple things with me, when I go out for a ride, like water and whatnot. And I put these mirror extensions here, just so I could see behind me, because these mirrors were way too close. Um, all I saw was my shoulder in the mirror. But then something else to consider is, I want to kind of play with it a little bit more. I want to do some more mods, and that would be what I'm kind of thinking about. If I decide to keep it, oh, that was a big bump. If I decide to keep it, I'm gonna start playing with it. Just like, I was looking at exhausts and big bore kits, and kind of just going down that rabbit hole. If you look on AliExpress or Amazon or whatever, there's a bunch of places where you could get some parts. There is probably every conceivable modification you can think of. If you want to, like, shocks, or all this bling stuff, like dressing up the bike, and also some improvements to the bike, like suspension, engine, performance mods, exhaust. It's just endless. Like, you could spend an entire evening just shopping for parts, and that's kind of that's kind of where it's getting to. So I guess I'm kind of at a pass where I got to think, okay, do I want to sell this bike or keep it? And then do I start modding it? You know, what should I do? I don't know. I'm just kind of torn on that situation. And those other two items, like, finding guys to ride with, which would make this a lot more fun, or and then there's the insurance issue, which isn't like too bad. It's very reasonable on insurance, but just to give an example, like, I mean, just for the liability portion in Canada, I'm paying like the same amount for this bike as my DRZ 400. So it's definitely uh, not overly expensive, but also when you start adding up, you know, three bikes, insuring three bikes all the time, keeping them on the road, it's getting a little bit expensive. So I mean, if there's one bike I think I would want to get rid of, it'd probably be this. Uh, but at the same time, it's also kind of one of my favorites. So I'm just really torn on what to do with that. That's kind of a decision I think I have to make. I don't know. Jump in the comments and tell me what you guys think. I guess I guess opening it up to you know, finding other like mini motos like this to ride with, that would be really fun. That would be a really fun uh, thing to do, and I should put a little bit more effort. Maybe look for some groups or something like that. You know, other guys that are riding these, that are group riding them and going out and being, you know, having fun and being hooligans on them. Like, I mean, this bike just really could just really just lay it down in the turns, and I'm full throttle right now. It's just, it's fun to ring it out. I can tell you that. So, so that's kind of my thought process. I don't know. I just gotta, I guess, make that decision. What am I gonna do with this bike? Am I gonna keep it or sell it? If I keep it, I definitely have to pursue finding some guys to ride with. Uh, and then I know myself, and I will go down that rabbit hole of starting to mod it, because I think it would be really fun to have like an exhaust intake, maybe get a little bit more power out of it. That would actually kind of solve a couple issues I have with, like, as I was mentioning earlier in my other videos, those secondary roads that, you know, if I had like 5-10 kilometers per hour more of speed capability, I wouldn't be, you know, in some of those situations where I'm kind of holding up traffic. But that really only happens on these, uh, you know, secondary highways where everybody's just doing 100 or 60 miles an hour, and you just kind of don't want to be slowpoke in that situation. Just get away from other cars, um, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So, so I got to think of, you know, what am I gonna do? And I kind of leaning towards keeping it, just because when I really look at how many kilometers I'm putting on it, I'm definitely using this bike. Like, I'm definitely riding it quite often, and you know, 5,000 kilometers in you know, 3/4 of the season we're at right now. That's a good amount, and I am gonna have to start considering a couple of necessary mods, and one of those would be the chain and sprocket. Those are those are definitely subpar. I don't know what kind of, like, they put this like really tiny chain on it, and I think a lot of people are upgrading the sprockets and the chain to a 420 chain, and yeah, I'm having to now adjust this chain pretty much every 500 kilometers. It's just stretched out. It's so I gotta think this through. So maybe you guys can give me a little bit of insight in the comments what you think. Keep it or sell it. You know, I don't know. That's kind of the struggle I'm having right now. Just going through the thought process. Do I really want to sell it? I'll probably really miss it and regret it the instant I sell it. I'll get over it. Uh, but you know, the fact is, I already have it, so I kind of feel like I'm leaning towards keeping it and going down the mod rabbit hole, and see where that takes me. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.